Hello. Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of Insufferable with me, your host, Lindsay Howe. So here's the deal. Let's just get right into it. Basically, I've been trying to launch this podcast for several months, I fear, and God damn, I couldn't get my shit together like I was being very self-conscious about the set and how it looked and how it was lit, and I wanted it to be like professional. And I filmed 2 episodes with my set with lights, and I even did like a little backlight vibe. And after I got it all set up, I couldn't even say anything. I was like, what do I even talk about? Why do I even want to do a freaking podcast? Because what do I even say? Normally I can't shut the fuck up. And now that I have like this whole situation going on, now I have nothing to say. And so I really just did not want to even release those episodes. And I'm like, wow, I'm really going to have to edit like all of this. What time is it? Okay, 4:30. I was really going to have to do a lot of editing to make it even sound like a coherent episode. And you know what? I just really thought, hey, I'm going to embrace the low budget of it all and just sit on my fucking couch. Why not just sit on my couch? This is something that I live here on my couch. This is where I stay most of the time. So it makes the most sense for me to just do it right here. Part of me didn't want to do it right here because I'm like, who the fuck am I? Who the fuck am I to be so chill about it? Like, who am I? I'm not really anyone. So I thought having the set and the production value would sort of up my value. But it turns out I'm just a low value girl. Well, I'm not a low value girl, but I'm just saying, like, I really didn't need to do all of that. And it was giving me a complex, and I was just like, this is never even going to happen if I can't figure it out. And the set is like, I had to pull it away from the wall, right? I had my desk. I had the lights. I had the camera. I had this mic. I had the mic on a little, like, dolly thing, like, and it's great. And I might move there. I might film a couple episodes there. Don't be surprised if the set changes week to week. This is the easiest thing because guess what? I just set it up over there on my damn thing, and then I just start going. This is easy. It's simple. It's low budget. It fits me as a person. Maybe one day I'll have like a cute little set with lights and an audio board, but like this shitty ass mic that I invested really not a lot of money into. I mean, the budget is low, girl. The budget is really low. So don't be surprised if the whole thing is low budget, okay? We're just here to sort of like, wow, I really shouldn't drink that in the damn microphone. I don't want to do a podcast that I have to edit a bunch of shit. So today we're just going for it. We're just here. We're just on the couch. We're just doing what I normally do. And this is how we're going to do it moving forward. I do need to check the sound though, real quick. Okay, everything is as chill as it's gonna be. It won't be perfect. I just need to, I'm one of those bitches who is like all or nothing. It's really good or it's really bad and there's no gray area, no in between, which is crazy because I literally live in the in between. Like I'm not perfect, but I also don't suck. So yeah, and my other set too was like me sitting at a desk. And there's something about like not being able to like put my feet on the ground because I'm short. Okay, I'm 5'1", and so it doesn't really matter what chair I'm sitting in, my feet are dangling, and for that reason it makes me feel uncomfortable. Like I need to have my legs up like so, I need to be crisscross applesauce. I need to have my legs up like this. That's just how I have to live. That's how I feel most comfortable. And obviously I need to get at least a little bit comfortable in this scenario. Okay. I will get an audio box one of these days. I don't even know if that's what it's called, an audio box. I don't really know shit. Because this mic kind of sucks low key. But hey, this is where we're at. And you know what? I'm just doing the thing. I'm not going to freak out about it anymore. Even though I have been freaking out about it for the last 10 minutes. But I don't want to edit any of this, okay? I'm just going to put it all up. Okay? She's raw. She's raw. She's truthful. She's unapologetic. And that's what we're going to go for in this podcast. And so, yeah. Anyway, today's topic is really the unemployment of it all. Okay? I'm unemployed. I do not have a job. And I've been looking for one, girl. I have been looking for one, but guess what? The job market it's bad. It sucks. And that's not my fault. Okay? I have skills. I have experience. I'm a woman in my 30s. I have been working for a very long time. So there is really no legitimate reason why I can't get a job except for the fact that people aren't really hiring. They say they are. They're lying. They're lying. So I thought today we would talk a little bit about my job search and how it's going, because it's a tragedy. We'll say that. And, low key, high key, I'm just enjoying my life right now. I hate to say it, but I love not having a job. I really do. I feel like this might be my calling, but that's not really realistic for the world that we live in. So I am truly, in the middle of a little shamble here, trying to embrace not having a job, just having fun, and enjoying my life. Hello. This is my cat, Braun. I guess he will be laying off camera if that's where he's going. This is everybody's couch. Okay? Everybody in this house basically lives on this couch. So we're going to have some visitors coming and going. I think I'm a little bit jaded when it comes to looking for a job. A little bit of backstory. I had a job. Obviously, it's not my first time not having a job, but, I had a job. I was doing really good work at that job. And nobody can tell me any different. For a minute there, I'm like, wow, am I actually doing a good job, or am I fucking lying to myself? No, I'm not. I was doing a really good job, and I had everything under control, and all of my teammates were doing well and thriving for as much as we could with the situation that we were in. Sadly, the department that I was running, successfully, by the way, had I been promoted earlier, none of this would have ever happened. But, I'm not going to hold a grudge. But anyway, I had this job. The department that I was working in was basically closing down. They were broke. That's the only explanation. They was broke. They couldn't do my department in-house anymore. And they were like, what we're going to do is we're going to move this whole department to a different state. Going to merge it with another company, and they're going to do all this shit. And after we move it all over there, all of you guys are going to get new jobs in other departments, and it'll be great, and everybody will be thriving. Spoiler alert, we all got laid off. Only after we did all of the work in moving that whole department to a different state, we actually all got laid off. So job security, who? Even when someone tells you that your job is safe, it's not. Girl, you can't believe anything that any employer says anymore. You really can't. So anyway, we all got laid off in December. And as far as I know, none of us have been able to find other jobs, which is tragic. It's tragic. There was several of us who thought we were getting new jobs within the same company, and we were all sort of like, hey, can you sort of clarify what our new job's gonna be? You know, like, the department's almost closed, like, if you could let us know, like, so we could prepare, like, what are we gonna do next? Like, and this was warehouse work, by the way, so I was under the impression I was gonna be moving to the front office. I was gonna have a fucking desk that wasn't like literally in the warehouse with no fucking windows and no fucking doors. You know, I thought I was gonna have an office with a window. Mind you, the view wouldn't be good. Okay, we're in a fucking industrial fucking shitty ass neighborhood, and all the streets are broken up like there's been 100 earthquakes and no one ever fixed the streets. And there's homeless people rolling around and shitting on the sidewalk and smoking crack, and you know what I mean? So, I mean, the area wasn't good, but at least I had a window. That was what I thought was going to happen. But like I said before, I was laid off instead. So I was like, okay, that fucking sucks. And you know what? I didn't want to work there anyway, because they didn't really pay a lot. And I thought I was doing a really good job. I thought I was like showing my ass. Like, I was like, damn, I am the manager of the century. Like, you ask, it's done. I'm going above and beyond. I'm skipping vacation so I don't leave the team here to do all this hard work without me. Like, I was really putting in the work to like show the owners and the upper management that I was like dedicated, and I could have like moved up to a really cool position here and, you know, talk to the client. I could have been client facing. I could have been a bad bitch. But instead I got laid off. You know, I was actively looking for another job while I was working there, which isn't illegal, by the way, but they didn't really like that. But it's also like, you're not telling me what my next job is. You're being very vague about it. And I want to know if I'm getting a pay raise. Are you, because they said I was getting promoted after the department was closed. They said I was going to get promoted. But guess what? I got laid off instead. And I was like, damn, promoted? Like, what does that mean? Like, am I going to get a raise? Like, I'm overdrafting in my bank account every single month, just trying to pay my bills. Just that. Just paying my bills. I don't do anything fun. I don't go anywhere. I don't even go to the bars and drink. Like, I'm so like money insecure that I don't spend money on anything. Like, I'm so frugal. And every month I'm overdrafting, working 40 hours a week, doing such an amazing job. So I'm like, obviously you can see I'm doing an amazing job. And, you know, I'm up for a new position here anyway. It only seems fair and just that you would give me a position that is, first of all, a pay raise, you know, whether it's $2 which I still would have been pissed about, honestly. It should have been something, but instead, nothing at all. I got laid off. I got a very small severance. Sort of an offensive severance, to be honest, but hey, I only worked there for like 2.5 years, so, or was it almost 2 years? I think it was almost 2 years. I was about to have, and this was right before Christmas. Right before Christmas, dude. They really got me fucked up, bro. They really got me fucked up. And you know what? I just regret doing so much work. You know, I think that like a lot of people say this, but you can't do a good job at your job. Because I'll tell you right now, and everyone should know this, you will not be rewarded for doing a good job. That is on period, dude. They don't give a fuck about you. They do not care. And as soon as they get a inkling that you think that you deserve a pay raise, girl, it's only a matter of time before you get laid off for a legitimate reason. They don't want to pay you more. They don't want to pay you at all. They're only paying you because it's the law. And they're doing a lot of other shit. Again, like, they're breaking a lot of laws. They're breaking a lot of laws, dude. And, you know, some of it's under the table. Some of it is, you know, out in the open. Like, we worked in a warehouse. So there's, like, OSHA standards. You're supposed to, like, have a fucking fire exit route that everybody knows. We didn't even have that. It was some bullshit. It was some bullshit. But you know what? I turned a blind eye to a lot of that stuff because I was doing a good job and I felt like I was making a difference. Like, I really did. And you know what? Working in a warehouse ain't so bad. I like to wear my little Carhartt. I like to wear my little fucking denim vest. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really hate the job. I just needed more money. And I was willing to work harder to get more money, but I didn't even get the chance. So anyways, we got laid off in December. Very cute, very demure layoff. Got a cute little severance. And normally, anytime I've lost my job in the past, which I have been laid off before for, like, the company itself was like hemorrhaging money and they couldn't even pay me anymore. Like, they literally couldn't pay me anymore. They were like, hey girl, you can come in, but we're not sending you a check for this. So I obviously had to stop working there as well. So I have been laid off before. But I've never been fired. Like, I'm such a square when it comes to work. Like, it is really difficult for me to do a bad job. Like, I do pride myself in my work and I do want to show off. It's actually lame now that I think about it. It's like very square of me. Like, who fucking cares if you do a good job or not? Like, they don't care. But sometimes you're like, I don't know, maybe they'll recognize how hard I'm working and, you know, but, you know, alas, they do not. They do not. They never will, girl. They never will. So after I got laid off, I was like, you know what? It's fucking Christmas, dude. And if you know me, you know I'm a Christmas bitch. I am a Christmas bitch. I love the Christmas season. I love the holiday season. I love, like, you know, how it's chilly and the outfits can be cute and we're layering and the smell of, like, pine and cinnamon everywhere and the lights in the house and the, you know, everybody getting together and gifting each other and, you know, just the whole, like, tradition of it all is my favorite part of the year. I'm just a Christmas bitch, dude. Call me Mrs. Claus because, you know, I would live in the North Pole if that was a place. I know it's a place, but if it was like, you know, where they were making toys and shit, I would work there. I would apply. And guess what? I'm going to be a manager elf. I'm product manager at fucking the North Pole. Okay, dream job. Hold on a second. Let me fucking fix up my resume so I can get that fucking job. So anyways, I decided I'm just going to enjoy unemployment. I'm just going to fucking enjoy it. I'm not going to freak out. Like, last time I lost my job, I fucking had a panic attack like every day for 14 days. It was rough. You know, I live alone in Southern California and it ain't cheap and inflation is inflating and groceries are fucking expensive and I can't afford anything. And here's the thing about Southern California too. It's never getting cheaper. There's never like you know, gas will get cheaper, you know, groceries will get cheaper, like everything, you know, rent's gonna go down. That'll never happen. That's never gonna happen. And everybody knows how expensive LA is. I was born and raised here in Southern California, so I've really never known anything else. Like when people say like if you live in like North Carolina or something and your rent for a 1-bedroom apartment is like $600, could never be me. I could never know that life. I've never known that life. So it's sort of like, you know, I need to obtain a job that pays me enough to pay these bills. Okay, because no one's helping me pay my bills. Okay, I live alone and I prefer that. We'll get into that sometime during my podcast career. I'm sure I will go off about how amazing it is to live alone. So I want to maintain this sort of lifestyle that I have, which again, very frugal. Okay, I don't go on vacation, so I'm not booking flights. I can't even ever I only get a massage once a year on my birthday. Okay, and usually someone pays for it for me. Okay, I used to be able to get my nails done and I get pedicures, you know, like just like a casual thing. Like, oh, it's been 3 weeks. Let me go get my touch up on my let me get my nails done. I had a nail girl. I love her. I miss her. Hannah, I miss you. But you know what? I can't even afford those luxuries. Dude, you know how long it's been since I had a fucking haircut? Guess what? My brother used to date this girl for a long ass time. She was a hairstylist and she was really, really good and really, really generous. And she used to cut my hair and my mom's hair and my niece's hair. She used to like cut our hair for free. And she just like, just tip me out. Just tip me out. One time she fucking gave me a balayage for free, girl. That's 4 hours in the chair. And she didn't even charge me, you know, but they broke up. Good for her, honestly. Love my bro, but you know, whatever. So now I don't even have a hair girl who will cut my hair for free. I can't even afford a haircut, girl. You know, I don't do hair. I don't do makeup. I used to do nails. I haven't even done that in several years. Sometimes I'll go for my birthday. I'll get a mani and a pedi for my birthday because it's like, it's my birthday, you know? And so, yeah, there's no luxuries going on over here. And when I go shopping, girl, I'm like the queen of window shopping. I will literally go to TJ Maxx and just stroll around. I rarely leave with something from TJ Maxx or Marshall's. Fuck Ross, by the way. Fuck Ross, because you know what? There's a Ross over by my house. Ross has become a fucking jail zone, dude. First of all, they have the worst inventory out of those 3 places. Out of TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Home Goods, and Ross. Okay? They're all one big happy family, right? They pretty much all have the same shit. And Ross has the worst inventory of all of them. So I don't even go to Ross anymore. Low-key, they do have the best shoes sometimes, but that doesn't even apply anymore. Like, they really don't have good shit anymore. And so I don't even go there. But there is one over by my house that there's so much theft at Ross that they have like 9 security guards there, first of all. And they are usually always actively fighting a shoplifter when I walk in. And I'm like, this is awkward. I'm not running after them. I'm not about to help you stop a shoplifter. Like, that's crazy. A lot of people will go into Ross and get a suitcase and then fill that suitcase with a bunch of shit and then dip with the suitcase and just be running. Like, I'm over there, like, parking in the parking lot, and I could see somebody running out of fucking Ross with a suitcase. And I'm like, not again. Not again. And a couple of months ago, I was looking for scarves, like a little silk scarf, so I could do the little babushka thing. I was like, I'm going to be a scarf girl this summer. I'm going to be scarf girl. But they didn't have any at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. And I was like, fuck, let me just look at Ross. They probably have like the cheapest options anyway. So that's the only reason I went there, because I typically I don't go there. But I went there. And you know what I will say is the security guards are fine. they usually are hot. Hot heat. So there's that. So I walk in and the security guard's like, oh, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. He says something really fast. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, oh, I'm just going to have you stand right here. And it's literally a fucking enclosed, like, bulletproof, like, glass box when you go into the entrance. And he's like, yeah, it's just protocol. I just have to have you stand here for, like, 30 seconds before I can let you in. Bro, what? Am I being detained? Am I being detained right now? And so, of course, I'm standing there, and of course, he's going to be like, oh, so you look cute today. I'm like, you know, I like your tattoos, this and that. This is not where you get your tattoos at, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wait, so now I feel like I'm fucking speed dating right now. Like, I'm stuck in a box, and you can talk to me, and I can't leave. The fuck? And you can't even exit through the entrance. So there's no escape here. I have to stand here for 30 seconds and let this guy ask me where my fucking tattoos are from and what they mean. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then after 30 seconds, he's like, okay, he fucking takes the thing up me. He's like, okay, you know, like, have a good day shopping or whatever. Bro, what the fuck? I'm not going to Ross again to be detained. I'm so sorry. Like, no. Turns out, though, they did have scarves. I was able to get one. You know, it was like $5.99 or something. So I go to the fucking checkout. And the fucking, like, cashiers are strapped up with fucking tasers and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on at the Ross, dude? This is like, just close this branch. Like, Ross should just close. And you know what? Ross is iconic, okay? Dress for less. I got it. Oh, I got it, Ross. Or whatever the song is. Like, you know what I mean? It is iconic. I'm not going to say it's not. But I haven't been a Ross girl fucking since I was like 19, okay? TJ Maxx is just they got all the fucking designer shit, which first of all I'll never buy, but it gives a better experience overall when you go to TJ Maxx. And Marshall's is in between Ross and TJ Maxx as far as quality goes. And I like Marshall's, and there's one over by my house. And usually I barely even go to Home Goods because I don't really like the fucking decor they got there. You know what I mean? If I'm getting home decor, I want to get it at some kind of like consignment store, like the Vintage Market or something like that. Because, you know what I mean? Like, I got this at a fucking thrift store. Look at this cute ass girl with her dog. You know what I'm saying? It was 50 cents at a thrift store. Like, this is the kind of fucking decor I'm looking for, and you're not going to find that at Home Goods. You go into Home Goods for home decor if you want a fucking, like, disco ball unicorn statue. Or, like, a fucking frog in, like, a tuxedo that has a hole so you could put a fucking bottle of wine in it. Like, that's the type of shit you're getting at Home Goods. No offense. That's what you guys are looking for. But I don't really get a lot from Home Goods. I mean, maybe if I need a rug or something, like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I would like to go and fucking lollygag, because one thing about me is I do like to lollygag. So, anyways, I don't know why I got on the topic of TJ Maxx and Ross. Oh, about going out and just strolling around and not even really getting anything, like not even buying anything. So that's kind of like, that's how frugal I am. And I said this on a vlog recently. I'm vlogging, by the way. I just need some kind of creative outlet, okay? I know I'm in my 30s and I probably shouldn't be vlogging, but like, hey, I don't fucking have a job, and I need to be creative in some aspect, okay? I can't just do Instagram stories, even though those are my funnest thing to do. And I know that's millennial of me to do fucking Instagram stories and reels, and I'm not on TikTok. And I don't know, maybe I'll get on TikTok. I don't know. I feel like I'm too old for TikTok, but I know that there are people older than me on TikTok. Anyway, in a vlog recently, I said I'm very frugal in that my max cap for buying an item is $7. $7 fucking dollars. And if it's on clearance, my max cap is $4. And so that's the kind of shopping I do. Like if I'm walking around TJ Maxx or Marshalls and I'm like, okay, you know, like I really need a bread box or whatever, like for my bread or something, you know what I mean? If it is $12.99, I won't be getting it. It has to be $6.99 for me able to justify getting it. You know, it's a curse. It's a curse. I don't want to be this cheap. It's just like the type of person that I am. And that's why I like to go thrifting. You know, like if I'm going thrifting, like I'm only getting the fucking sale items that are fucking $1.69 or whatever. So, you know, I don't be shopping like that. I don't really do anything fun. I really don't. Like if I go out with my friends, like we just went to gay pride this weekend and it's like, I really want to get day drunk, but I don't have day drunk money. So I just drank some of the vodka that's been in my freezer since 2019. Okay. I can't remember. Oh, it's been 2020 because during 2020, when we were all getting fucking unemployment and like, you know, we all remember 2020 or where we're getting a shit ton of money. I was like, you know what? And I'm home all the time. Like, let me get my fucking bar right. Let me get my fucking home bar right, dude. I don't know what it was about the lockdown. Like, I was craving a pina colada so fucking bad. I was like, and I'm home every day, right? I'm stuck here. I'm by myself. I don't have any roommates or whatever. So I was like a little bit struggling socially because I don't even really like hanging out with people. But hey, I'm stuck up in here, you know, and I really just wanted a fucking pina colada. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking use a little bit of this money and get some fucking alcohol. Let me get some fucking rum. Let me get a bottle of rum. Let me get a bottle of tequila. Let me get a bottle of fucking, so I can make a fucking margarita. Like, I was like, let me get in my fucking day drinking era if I'm going to be stuck at the house all the time. And so I did get into my day drinking era just a little bit. So anyway, I had a bottle of Tito's in the freezer since 2020. So when I go out with people, I'm like, okay, I'm going to fucking have like, you know, 3 shots of Tito's vodka before I leave because I am not about to buy drinks when I'm out. And I don't even really drink anymore, but I did really want to get day drunk this past weekend when we went to Gay Pride Parade. Which is like an annual family gathering. It feels like all of my chosen family, my friends, and everybody who I don't really get to see like all year long. I definitely get to see them on that day, and everyone's like really turned up and lit. And so, you know, had to break out the fucking freezer Tito's to be able to, you know, get the day drunk that I was like looking to get at that time. But, you know, and every time we went into the fucking bar, I tried, and what I did spend $12 on, though, was a steak quesadilla from a street vendor because after, you know, the morning Tito's, I was like, okay, I probably do need to eat something so I don't get, like, you know, sloppy. So I did buy a $12 steak quesadilla from a vendor, and it was fucking amazing. But then I only had $6 cash left on me, and my friend like kept going from bar to bar to bar, and everyone's like, "Oh, what do you want?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's like I'm fine. Like I don't need anything." My friend Sarah was like, "It's okay, girl. I got you." I'm like, "Oh, no, because I can't really get you. Like I really only have $6 on me." Like she's like, "It's fine. And then the drunker she got, she was like kept offering me drinks, and I'm like, "Girl, you don't have to give me." She's like, "I got my residuals." She's an actor, so she's like, "I got my residuals check, girl. It's all good." I'm just like, "Oh my god!" But like, I kept like telling her, "But I only have $6. I only have $6, and the drinks are like $6, and I can't even tip anybody. Like, I really don't need to get that drunk. I really don't need to. Like, it's really not that serious." So yeah, shout out to you, Sarah, for getting me all those drinks. on gay pride because I did get a little bit of gay drunk, day drunk, and lost my favorite hat in a gay bar bathroom. R.I.P. to that hat. But yeah, anyway, I'm a frugal ass bitch, and I really need to get a job in which pays me enough money to cover all of my bills and put some away for savings in my high yield savings account, and maybe do a little investing, and actually, be able to take a vacation every now and again. Like, what good is PTO if you have nothing to fucking do? It's like, I'm gonna take my PTO, but I'm gonna stay at home and rot during my PTO. That's crazy. I wish I could take PTO and fucking go to Hawaii or something. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do any of that. So it's kind of bullshit. So yeah, I'm really bad. But, I've been on a couple of interviews. The thing is I was like, really, when I was looking for the job, while I was working at the place that laid me off, when I was looking for another job, I was like gung-ho to get like a fucking really cool creative job in like a corporate environment. Like, dude, I want to be a fucking creative director. I want to have like a little gay job, like creative director. I want to do something like that. But, I was applying for a bunch of fucking jobs. I was tailoring my resume for every job description. I was making portfolios of my graphic design work and sending that over and following up and fucking following up and following up and circling back and fucking doing the whole goddamn shit. And nothing ever paid off. And so after I got laid off, I was like, you know what? Like fuck the corporate fucking bullshit. Honestly, I don't even want to fucking work in an office. I do not want to wear business casual, first of all. First and foremost, there can't be a dress code where I'm working. I'm so fucking serious. Like, I used to work at the aquarium, and we had to wear the blue polo shirt with the aquarium logo on it and khaki pants. Khaki pants and black sneakers, okay? And at the time, I wasn't like a Dickies girly. I was like a denim girly. And so I was like, I didn't want to wear Dickies like without pockets in the back, because I felt like without the pockets in the back, my ass looked like flat. You know what I'm talking about. So I ended up finding these khaki colored pants that had pockets in the back. They basically looked like jeans, but they were khakis. And they tried to fucking tell me I couldn't wear those. I fucking got sent home for wearing some damn khakis with pockets in the back. I was like, you guys are fucking kidding me. They're khaki colored. Like, let me flex a little bit, dude. I'm literally here working at the aquarium. I'm trying to have my ass looking fat. Don't fucking judge me for wanting to have a fat ass. If I can't show off my fat ass, then what is any of this even for? What am I even working here for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can't. So, I really getting a corporate job. The only thing that really fucking irks me is having to work business casual. I know it's petty, and I know it's like, oh. Don't tell me it's not a fashion show, because it fucking is. It 100% is a fashion show, but thanks for trying to demean the stuff that I care about, HR. So anyways, I don't want a fucking corporate job anymore. I'm kind of over it. I don't even want to try. I'm not applying for those anymore. Like, they'll come up on all the fucking job sites that I'm signed up for updates and everything. Like, I see, if it's like a really cool company, then maybe, but like, I'm not really. So I thought, hey, let me go back to the restaurant industry, because before 2019, before COVID, I was working in the restaurant industry. I was a server, bartending, etc. And I hated it. I hated it so much, and I couldn't wait to get out of that industry. And after 2020, I obviously stopped working there because the restaurants got shut down and everything. We all know the drama. of the restaurant industry and what they went through during COVID. And so I stopped working there, and then we were all on unemployment because it was lockdown, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, I got a job doing graphic design for like a sticker company, and I actually really liked that job, and I did a really good job, and I ran the whole fucking thing, and I was getting paid decent, and I worked there with my friends, and it was like awesome or whatever. So anyway, then I got that cool warehouse job, worked there, got laid off. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck. Let me go back to the restaurant industry. I'll go back. And I started applying to different restaurants. But I'm like, you know what? Like, maybe I don't want to be a server. I fear that the only like service workers that are even making money anymore after COVID are bartenders, right? Like, they make a lot of money, and it's a really hard job. But I got into the mindset of like, okay, you know what? Like, I could do this. I could get back into the restaurant industry. Like, let me lock in. Let me lock in and start working at the restaurant industry again. I have over 10 years experience in the restaurant industry, so it shouldn't really be hard for me to get a job there. Anywhere in this town, I should be able to find a job. I'm applying to fucking jobs left and right, and nobody is calling me. I'm like, what the hell? So I start honing in on the bartender of it all. Okay, instead of being a server, I'm like, okay, let me see what's good with bartending or whatever. And so I'm like, you know what would be the easiest fucking bartending job? A brewery. And I love beer. And so I'm like, okay, a brewery is like, I don't know, I feel like it's pouring beers, it's changing kegs, it's, bartending. What are you going to do? Wash glasses? Like, it just seems like not that hard of a job. And, I am locked in. I'm ready to get a restaurant job that is, I know it's going to be stressful. I know it's going to be a whole thing. But, I'm in it to win it. I'm locked in. Let's go. So I start applying to these breweries around town. And I applied for this one because I went to their website. And they were like, we are hiring for a tap room server. So I was like, okay, I'll apply. I uploaded my resume, completely tailored to the job description, by the way. Changing my resume for every fucking job that I'm applying to. And they made me fucking fill out a goddamn stupid ass questionnaire. You know what? You guys, employers, this is a fucking PSA for employers. Your stupid fucking questionnaire is demeaning. Why the fuck do I want to why are you asking me, why do you want to work here? What do you love about the culture of, X brewery or whatever the fuck? Bro, I don't know how many fucking times anybody has to say that nobody wants a job, okay? We're in it for the money. And no, I haven't been to that brewery before, so I don't fucking know about your specific brewing style or whatever, or like, what do I love about the culture? Are you kidding me? I'm going to have to fucking get ChatGPT to fucking give me something that sounds decent, because there's no sincerity that's going to come from me when I'm answering these stupid fucking questionnaires for a stupid fucking taproom server job. Are you kidding? I feel like a questionnaire, it should be for like jobs that are like in social work or like nonprofit organizations where it's like you have to like be an activist. You have to really like care about a cause or whatever. Like, those are the type of jobs that you want people to, fill out questionnaires. This is pouring fucking beers and changing fucking kegs. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? So I fill out this questionnaire and I upload my resume, and the next day the GM messages me and I was like, hey, I'm having open interviews. Oh no. He said we're having a job fair on Thursday. Bitch, a job fair? What is this, fucking high school? Are you serious? A fucking job fair, which basically was open interviews, which weren't even really open, because he was like, I'm doing this job fair between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Let me know what time works best for you to come into the brewery and have a in-person interview at the job fair. Oh, what the fuck? But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I haven't even gotten any interviews at this point. I've been fucking applying to hundreds of jobs a week. No interviews, no nothing. So here I am. I'm going to fucking go to the goddamn job fair at the goddamn brewery. So he said 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I said, you know what? How's 10:30? 10:30 is a good time for me. Does that work for you? You know, looking forward to it or whatever. Email him back. So then he emails me back and he's like, cool, 10:30 is... Actually, no, I think he didn't email me back and I had to follow up the next day to be like... Because he emailed me on Tuesday and I emailed him back the same day. And then basically all day on Wednesday, he didn't answer me. So towards the end of the day, I was like, hey, I just want to like confirm that we are good for 10:30 tomorrow for the job fair. And then he emailed back and was like, 10:30 is great. See you then. And I'm like, okay, well, I was like weird that I had to follow up, but whatever, like, you know, I'll be there at 10:30 or whatever. So I fucking get ready. I blow out my hair. I put on some fucking makeup and some goddamn not high heels. They were like high-heeled boots. They had like a 2-inch heel. High-heeled boots. Nice outfit. Hair blown out. So I go over to the brewery and of course I get there, you know, 10 minutes early because I'm early to everything. That's just who I am. And it's also really unprofessional to be late for an interview, right? Right? So I'm like, I pull up and pro tip, a lot of breweries don't even open until 5 p.m. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but most breweries are like places that specialize in beer, you know, not bars. You know, you can get a shot at 6 a.m., but like for some reason breweries don't open until 5 p.m. So basically I go over, I get there at 10:20, and mind you, it's in a bad neighborhood. It's in a really bad neighborhood. It's like by the fucking train station. Like it's not a good area. I was skeptical of even applying there because I'm like, damn, they're going to have me work the night shift. And then I'm going to have to I will have to park on the street over there and I'll be walking to my car at like, you know, midnight. You know, I was even skeptical just because of that. I'm like, where do I park? And how far am I going to have to walk to my car after I close the bar down at midnight? You know what I mean? So anyway, it's in a bad neighborhood. I park on the street. I get out of my car. I'm standing in front of the brewery and I'm realizing like it's closed, right? It's 10 a.m. It's 10:30, 10:20 and it's closed. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's like inside or whatever. Like, I don't know. So I'm like looking inside. I'm doing one of these. How fucking embarrassing, by the way. How embarrassing. I'm standing on the fucking street in front of a closed business in a bad neighborhood. There's literal crackheads walking around everywhere. It's like, they're like zombies in this area. Everyone is so cracked out and like yelling at nobody, like schizophrenic, like, you know what I mean? I know the area. I'm familiar with the area and I knew that was going to be the vibe. But you know, breweries and like weed shops, like they want to they out here gentrifying. So they're putting their cute little businesses in bad fucking areas so they can gentrify it. Like that's just what's going on in this town. So whatever. So I'm standing out in front. I'm fucking looking into the goddamn thing like this. I'm like, whatever. The guy didn't give me his phone number. He just had emailed me and there was no phone number like on the signature or anything. So I'm like, I'm really going to have to fucking email this guy like the fuck. And I'm like, I thought the job fair started at 9 a.m. Are you really mean that it's 10:30 almost and you haven't had one interview with anybody? Like, that's crazy. I thought there was going to, I don't know. I thought there was going to be a lot of people there because he called it a fucking job fair. Thought there were going to be tons of competition. And so like, I get back in my car because also, mind you, it's hella fucking windy, right? So my blowout, she's getting blown out in all the wrong directions. Like, I was looking cute when I walked up, but in 5 minutes time in this fucking weather, I'm not going to look as cute. I'm going to look disheveled as fuck when I finally meet this guy. And so I'm just like, whatever. So I get back in my car, Because it's been 5 minutes of me standing on the street and it's fucking zombie feel everywhere. And I'm like, you know what? Let me fucking get back in the car. I want to email this guy. So I email him. I'm like, hey, I'm here, but I see that the, restaurant is closed. So is there another entrance that I need to be looking for? Or, how do I get in? Because I know you're closed or whatever. So like a couple minutes goes by and he emails me back and he's like, oh, like, I'll be right there. Sorry. Like, I'll be right out is what he said. I'll be right out. And I'm like, oh, he must be like in the back or something and kept the door locked because they're fucking closed. Tell me why 10 minutes later, this motherfucker pulls up in his car and parks behind me. He wasn't even there at the location. He's 10 minutes late now. And you had me fucking standing out here in fucking World War Z waiting for your ass? Like, how fucking unprofessional can you be to be late for this fucking interview? When I'm early. And now you don't even know how early I came. I can't even flex on my punctuality because you're 10 minutes late. What the fuck? It's not a good start. It's really not a good start. Fucking piss me off. So he's like, oh, hey, Lindsay. And I'm like, hey, wherever the fuck his name was, Jared or some shit. And this motherfucker gets out of the car and he's got all his shit with him. Okay. He hasn't even been here yet. Nobody came for the fucking job fair before 10:30. That's confirmed to me right now. I'm the first interview of the day. So he's got like his fucking stupid ass fucking briefcase. Like, what a fucking cuck, dude. Like, not the fucking briefcase. He had a stupid fucking hat and a handlebar mustache that was like curled up at the ends. Girl, when I tell you, it was red flag central to me. But you know what? Who am I to turn down a fucking job interview? So he's like fully unlocking the building, right? He's like bolt lock, gets inside, has to fucking turn off the goddamn like alarm system. Like it's the first time anybody's been in the building today. Nothing set up. All the chairs are on top of the tables because someone fucking mopped last night type shit. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, go ahead and have a seat at one of the tables. And mind you, it's a brewery, so a lot of the tables are like those long tables with the long bench seats. So I had to, in my fucking high heels, mind you, take a fucking seat off the goddamn table and place it on the ground so that I could sit at a table. I wasn't going to sit a fucking, like, a high top table with, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm short. I don't even get in those chairs that easy. So I had to fucking choose one of the picnic bench tables. And I had to fucking put the seat on the floor myself. I'm not trying to say he had to roll out the red fucking carpet for me. But it does seem like you should have been prepared for the job fair that you were fucking saying that you were going to have today, basically. The fuck? So then he's like, oh, do you need any water or whatever? Puts all of his shit. He's like fucking counting the register or something. He's like doing some other fucking shit. I'm like sitting there waiting. I'm already so fucking annoyed. And then he like comes over and he has like this little fucking notebook, stupid fucking notebook. And he's like, all right, well, tell me about yourself. Brother, don't fucking tell me this right now. Like, I feel like if you've seen my resume, right, because I sent in the resume on your fucking online application on the fucking website, I'm assuming that you asked me to come in based on the experience on my resume. Okay, so you could have started and been like, okay, like, let's talk about your experience, blah, blah, blah. No, fucking tell me about yourself. I know you don't give a fuck about me. I know you don't give a fuck about me. Let me fucking, dude, come on. So I'm like, hey, I'm Lindsay, whatever I fucking said off the cuff or whatever. And then he's like, do you have any restaurant experience? And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? What do you mean, dude? I fucking sent you my resume already. You should have fucking at least read it. I feel like if I was having a job fair and I was inviting people who had already applied online, I would have printed those resumes out and be like, okay, this is Lindsay. She's going to be here at 10:30. Write it on the fucking resume. So when 10:30 rolls around and I fucking walk up at 10:20 like a fucking bad bitch, you're like, oh, I have your resume right here in front of me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your experience. Let's talk about your qualifications for the fucking job. And if you have any questions for me and blah, 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 blah. And have you ever changed a keg before? Do you know anything about brewing beer, or like, what's your hops fucking knowledge or whatever? Like, I don't want to tell him how to do his job, but job fair. This is the job fair that you were fucking talking about. Like, what? You got me fucked up right now, bro. So I'm like, yeah, I do have a lot of restaurant experience, mostly as a server. I have bartended before. I start naming off all of these restaurants for this town that we live in. This is all a flex. All the places that I've worked are a flex. If you're from here, then you know all these places, and you know, like, how hard is to get a job there, like how busy it is, like how much fucking turnover we have, like table turnover, like, 2-hour wait for fucking brunch type shit, like, people write articles about these places. Like, these are all a flex. So I'm trying to like flex, being like, oh, I worked at blah blah blah, I've worked at blah blah blah, I worked there for 4 years, like I really like that. And then I most recently worked at blah 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 and I really liked it there, and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like trying to tell him all of these like places, and he's like just a blank stare. And I'm like, oh, like, you've never heard of these places? And he's like, oh no, like I've been. And I'm like, are you from here? And he's like, no, I live in Orange County. Bro, then what the fuck are you doing in this town? What in the fuck are you doing in this town? What the fuck? And I'm like just trying to, I'm sort of locked in to just be like, just talk about your experience and how you could definitely do this job. Like, that's the only thing I'm trying to convey, is that, like, obviously I have experience. I have, customer service, I'm really good at it. I have a lot of regulars at the places that I've worked before, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to flex on, like, how I could easily do the job at hand. And mind you, they don't even have a kitchen. There's no food here. It's only beer. And I'm like, damn, this is even easier than I thought. Because the other places I'm applying to, they fucking, like, make pizza and shit. They have like garlic knots and fucking chicken wings and shit like that. It's like, but actually this place only has beer. And, I was like, oh, this could be like really easy. And then he was like, oh yeah, like, he's like the general manager or whatever. And I'm just like, oh yeah, like, cool, whatever. Like, oh, do you like working? And he's like, yeah, it's like actually so chill here that I'm like losing my edge. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And then, oh my God. Fuck, I forgot to tell you. Then he, in the middle of me trying to like flex on all my experience or whatever, and he was like, are you married or do you have any kids? Pretty sure that's illegal to ask me. And if it's not straight up illegal, it's definitely kind of leaning towards like you're gonna discriminate against me based on my answer to that. What the fuck, dude? With that stupid fucking mustache, you're gonna be like, do you have any kids? What the fuck difference does that make? What the fuck difference is that? And would you ask a man that? Honestly. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not married. I don't have kids. And he was like, okay, well, the only reason I ask is because, we've had people here working here, like, and they have kids, and I know childcare is like really hard to come by. And, it's kind of people with kids, it's always something with them and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, so you're trying to like figure out if people have like other priorities in their life than this fucking job, pouring fucking beers. where's the work-life balance here? Like you don't even want me to fucking have kids to work here because you're afraid that like if they're sick at school I have to leave to pick them up. Like I don't know, but that is fucking, it's discrimination, bro. It's illegal. You can't not hire me because I have kids. And then you just confess to me that people who do work here who have kids are a fucking nuisance to you. Like you can't, bro. He done fucked me up with all of this shit. Like this interview was going so fucking poorly and it started by him fucking being late. And then he was like, oh, do you have any questions for me? And I was like, yeah, like, why is the job available? Like, why is this position open? And he was like, oh, like, I have some people leaving and we're opening another location, like, you know, in the next town over. And, you know, I just want to make sure that we're not understaffed and, you know, we can, you know, we're going to have enough people to work at both locations, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, cool. And then... yeah, and then it kind of like ended, you know, a weird or whatever. And then he was like, all right, well, it was so nice to meet you. And, you know, basically, he's like writing notes the whole time we're talking. I don't even know what the fuck he was writing down. Probably like, I need to look up all these restaurants because like apparently they're a flex and I don't fucking know about them because you're lame, bro. So, yeah, so he was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna, you know, go over, you know, the interview with the owners, and if they, you know, give you the okay, then we'll have you in for a second interview. A second interview for this job? Bro, what the fuck is it? Dude, I haven't been on an interview in like 3 years at this point. It's like the first interview I've had in years. And I'm like, is this what's going on? Is this the fucking workforce right now? Like, is this what the fuck? Bro, it really had me all the way fucked up. All the way fucked up. And then I was like, okay, cool. Like, I shook his hand and then I dipped. And then I fucking called my best friend who it also has worked in the service industry to fucking tell her all about it. And dude, the asking me if I had kids thing, I couldn't believe it, dude. I straight up couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't even, bro, it really had me all the way fucked up. So that was my first interview back into the workforce, like trying to like actively look for an interview. And what time is it? Okay, yeah, we're out of time. I'll tell you about the other interviews that I did recently because they're also a whole thing. The workforce has me fucked up. It really has me fucked up, and I'm trying to go back to the restaurant industry, and they don't even want me back. I'll tell you about the other interviews like on another podcast, but. Yeah, so basically that's what's going on with me right now. You know, spoiler alert, I didn't get that job. He did not email me again to ask me back for a second interview. But you know what? I'm fucking glad he didn't, because the more I sat on like the questions that he asked me during the interview, I was like, if he fucking emails me and is like, I want you back for a second interview, I'm going to be like, listen, you're lucky I don't have the owner's information. They're not CC'd on this email, but your line of questioning was like low-key illegal and discriminatory, and your mustache fucking sucks, and I can't believe you're from Orange County and you think you can like be working here in this city. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, he never emailed me for a second interview, and I told myself if he did, I was going to give him a little piece of my mind and then, you know, politely, respectfully decline the second interview, because I'm like, I don't want to fucking work here. I'm like, you know what? If you were my manager, I would fucking kill myself. I would fucking kill myself, because he's just the type of person who like delegates everything and ends up not doing anything at all. He's delegating his own managerial tasks to like fucking regular ass bartenders. I almost like guarantee that's what's going on. So yeah, pretty much that's what happened there. And that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, a lot of stuff happened after that. I had a couple more interviews that were also bullshit, and again, I will tell you about them. But we are out of time for today, so I am gonna wrap up the episode there. Thank you for listening. Look at me, I got through a whole episode today. And I'm not gonna edit any of this out. Like, I'm just gonna upload it. We're just in this. We're in it, girl. Yeah. Follow my other channel. I don't actually know what it's called yet. Actually, I need to make another channel because this channel is just going to be for podcasts. So I'm going to make another channel for my vlogs. But I'll probably put it in the description because I have to make a new channel for that. So go follow me for vlogs. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. I do Instagram stories, but maybe I won't anymore because I'm doing this now. I don't know, but I am Lindsay Howe on Instagram, so you can follow me there. And yeah, anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next week. See you with the next one.